So we've just arrived at Lucky Bay Camp. We woke up at our free camp. It's kind of funny, Seb's just gone for a walk to try and find the beach, and apparently he ran into 2 other people who also can't find the beach. So no one knows where the beach is. It's like a very well established campground though, like there's lots of facilities and signs and everything everywhere. But yeah. So this is the beach at Lucky Bay. We're a bit disappointed because the car's like 150 meters back over like 10 sand dunes. We kind of thought it would be a lot closer. So this is our dinner for tonight. Tomato, mushrooms, snags and bread. Simple but yummy, right?
And we had sweet potato chips too.
Oh, and we had sweet potato chips for entree. They were delicious. This morning we've come to the Pink Lake. It's pretty cool. It's like nothing I've ever seen before.
It's apparently this really like tight system between the bacteria, the salt water, and a few other things that all like
pH and everything.
Look up, we're lucky as.
But yeah, we've managed to escape the clouds.
That's just left us. So, my first cast, look at my seaweed tail on the line. My first cast. What a joke.
This is what we thought was going to be our campsite tonight, but as you can see the beach is covered in seaweed. Weather's not nice and there are heaps of bees around which suck. Sam's just cleaning all the seaweed off it because he can't even breathe it in because there's so much all over the line. This is crazy. There's so much. This wall of seaweed is crazy. It's like almost a meter tall, and when you walk in it, you sink. It's pretty.
So we had a very eventful morning today. We pulled out a box to access the workout box, and I saw a bunch of like droppings, and we were kind of concerned, so I searched up like cockroach droppings and mouse droppings. Turns out we've got mice in the car.
Mouse in the car.
We don't know how many, but they're pretty like well throw out. So we spent the morning taking absolutely everything out of the car, checking under every single surface.
Like it hasn't looked that bad since we were building the car.
It's ridiculous.
Like, yeah.
Every box was pulled out. So I don't know what we're going to do. Then we're just going to have to leave it a little bit of food. Like we don't know if he's still in here or not because we took everything out. So we may have run out when we took stuff out. We are now in Geraldton, which is weird. Like this is a double lane road. We haven't been on a double lane road in I don't even know how long, and it's in a town. So.
But it's just weird, like seeing Domino's, Macca's, a massive Bunnings. Like it's crazy.
We've just found Aldi, so we're going to go in.
I'm very excited about this. This is the first Aldi like shop we've done this whole trip, and so hopefully we'll find some cool stuff, maybe make some new meals. So this is our spot for lunch today. We've got the beach in front of us. The port is just there. Yeah, but this beach is actually, I mean, considering there's a port there, it's blue and very pretty. Yeah, so we've just hung out here, had some lunch. Seb's making a stick pile creation. We're gonna head to Woolies, do our laundry, have a shower with our place that does $2 hot showers. Geraldton's awesome so far. It's actually, it reminds me of like a Manly or something. It's quite a big town. There's a lot here. Definitely not what we're used to at the moment. So this is the dinner that I've cooked tonight. It is chicken, capsicum, onion, mushroom and eggplant pasta with big pasta shells. And I'm going to add this sauce in. Seb's just putting his board back on the roof. We've just come back from a surf, evidenced by our little wetsuits. My board's just back here. It was pretty messy and not great conditions.
It was so bad. It was so bad, but it was good fun to be back out again.
Yeah. We went out because we met some people at the camp spot we were staying at who said that this was a good surf beach, but they did say it was a bit messy the other day and today because it's windy. But yeah, we just went out with them. They're French, they're absolutely lovely. And yeah, had a bit of a play around in the washing machine waves. Yeah, we're just packing up. We're about to have some lunch. Oh, we also went for a run this morning. Didn't film any of that, but
it's like a lunar eclipse. It was really cool before because it was almost just like fully covered, like it was almost like there was no moon, and it's slowly becoming whole again as the earth moves away from the path of the sun. So we thought that was very cool.
We're back at the same campsite that we were at last night. We've just been pretty much hanging out with Elsa and Hugo the whole day today, who are some French people that we met. Yeah, we're going surfing with them again tomorrow morning, and that's pretty much all we've been up to today. Yeah.
All melted.
yeah, it's on the inside of the cover.
What a joke.
We've just been running a few errands after our surf this morning. We're just at BCF now. We've just got our gas bottle refilled. We've done the groceries, all sorts of things, just to get organised. And yeah, now we're off to a free camp just like slightly south. We're not in a rush to get to Perth. Yeah, and if we haven't already mentioned, we're meeting our friends in Perth, Christian and Felix. So yeah, they'll be with us for like 5 days when we get to Perth, which is really exciting. But they don't arrive till the 18th, and it's only, what's the date today? The 9th. So we still have 9 days.
We've just cooked up for tonight. We've got this. We've got pesto chicken and mushroom wraps. I prepared the wraps and veggies, and Char cooked the chicken up. So now, because it's a little bit flyy around here, we're gonna come in and escape.
Looks very yummy though. I'm so
It does.
excited.
It looks so good. So we are at Jurien Bay. It's like the last major stop before we get to Perth,
Except for Pinnacles.
except for the Pinnacles. But like the last major town. The Pinnacles is like a desert. Our mates that we met up in Broome have said that we can stay at at the front of their house. Absolute legend.
These are the Pinnacles. They're very cool. So our windows have not been working since we finished the Gibruma Road. That's like 2 months. Dead, not working from the master switch, not working from their individual switches. The only window that worked was the driver's window.
That's it. That's the only one.
Seb just put the window down to throw his little bit of carrot into the garden, and one of the back windows went down because he pressed the wrong button. And we both just looked at each other like, this is fake, right?
What?
Like we both, our eyes just tripped. And then he tried the other one, and then I tried mine. And the windows work. So we're in Perth and we feel like we're in Sydney traffic. This is the freeway and we're moving 20 k's an hour. This traffic is crazy.
Feels like we're in Sydney, and I hate this.
They're all at a standstill going the other way. How weird. We've just arrived at Cottesloe Beach. This morning we went to the Fremantle markets, which were pretty cool. They were all indoor and like very busy and crazy and crowded. And so we just had a look around there, and now we've just driven down to the beach. It's not the greatest weather though, which is unfortunate, so I don't think we'll be swimming, but we're gonna have a look around and see what Cottesloe's like.
It's nice.
So we're just driving past MLC, which was Lisa's school, and Christchurch, which was Rune's school, next door to each other.
So we've got lunch all sorted today. We're at City Beach. It's pretty windy outside, and the seagulls were getting pretty keen to join in. So we've come inside. We drove past the Campbell Barracks in Swanbourne as well on the way up here, which is where Pop was for a bit of his time earlier on. And yeah, we're gonna go to the shopping centre, the Sabo, and pick up a few things we need to grab.
Yeah.
Run a few errands in town, and then yeah.
I'll synchronize. So you can't really see me, but we're just jumping into bed after another night with
Todd and Sharon. We actually went to this driving range, which I've got a few clips of, with Dalton and Noah. Dalton,
Noah's
yeah,
Todd's younger brother, and Dalton's his good mate.
yeah. And then came back for a barbecue. Sharon and Todd fed us. The best people ever. Love them so much. They've given us an extra blanket. Good arvo, good evening. Just hanging out, having a good chat.
So we're just driving down to Elizabeth Quay. This building in front of us is very cool. This is Elizabeth Quay. The little island there. And it looks so cool. It's got a little cafe and stuff on it. We're having to reverse around. Go, Seth, go.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, thank God there's no one behind us. Oh my God. We're just leaving the Westfield car park and you think, oh, that's an easy task. But because we're so high, all of the clearances are like 2.3 meters, which we managed to get up onto the roof. The Westfield guy recommended just parking up here.
Which it's still a 2.3 meter like gap, so we smacked the little hanging thing on the way in.
Yeah.
And then we tried to get out a different way that we came in, and it started taking us down to the low levels of parking, and the roof was 2.3 meters high.
So we would have...
So like we would have smashed it. So we
Yeah.
had to reverse all the way up the ramp and then try and spin around over the concrete like barrier in the middle.
So we were reversing up a ramp like this from the bottom all the way back up to the top. And thank God there was no one behind us. Basically, I've just gone running around the car park to try and find an exit that is like an outdoor ramp exit.
Because it's also so busy that we can't stop it.
Yeah, it's so busy. But thank gosh we found one, and all we'll do is we'll just hit the hangy sign. But this is what's happening. And we just take it with us at the end.
So I'm just about to get changed and go off to cricket. So we're playing for Taj's little brother and his some of his best mates. They all play in a side. So we'll play for them because they're short man today. We're off to cricket. I've got the jersey now too. So
Yeah,
got my whites. I'm even borrowing
somewhere behind
all the whites with us.
So Seb's currently playing cricket. That's him just there. They're fielding first. There he is. He is just there. Black shoes. Oh, he's just caught the ball. Chucked it back. So I think this might be Seb batting now in the red helmet. It's so hard to spot them all because they're all just wearing white. But I think he's the one in the red helmet. Seb's facing the ball.
Got 24 out LBW. Fielded at, we lost overall. I fielded a cover and extra cover. Got a catch off Karsh's best mate when he was bowling. I bowled 3.
He was the one that we went to the driving range with yesterday.
Yeah, that
The
was
one who was
Dalton.
bowling.
When I was bowling, I bowled 3 overs, none for 8 or something. So you're not too shabby off those 3 overs. I've missed it, so it was good fun to get back into it.
You won't be able to hear them, but there's fireworks going off, and they went off last night as well, and we managed to watch them by standing on top of the wall outside, because they've got a little fair going on around the corner. But basically this evening we've been able to cook in the kitchen where Seb is, because Todd and Sharon are out at their friends for dinner. So yeah, Seb did tutoring with Jake, I went for a run, then got back. We did a load of washing. I've hung the washing out. I cooked dinner, and then we had burrito bowls with nachos, like nacho chips. They were delicious. This morning we've had a bit of an organisational morning. We woke up pretty late. We slept in. You can just hear Seb editing in the background. We've just come to the Westfield at Carousel, but we walked inside at 10 a.m. thinking everything would be open, and it was all still closed. So we've come back to the car. We just finished this journal. This is from Auntie Sarah, so thank you. It came to very good use. We've written in every single page. This is just like our daily recount of what happened each day. And then we bought this one from Kmart to start our next entries in. So I was just doing my entries while Seb was editing the next video, so we can hopefully get that up soon. But yes, now we're going to head into the shops, have a look around, and probably head to the beach a bit later.
So we've come down to Scarborough this afternoon. I tutored R1 this morning, or actually on the drive. We've come down now and got an ice cream as well. What are you have 2 flavours, Char?
I got lemon cheesecake and Nutella.
And I got Biscoff and Sticky Date, which they're like, mine's
So
incredible.
good.
So good. This is Scarborough. I reckon it's our favourite beach in Perth so far.
It's my favourite place in Perth so far.
Yeah, same. It's just like really vibey. Lots of little pubs. So we've grabbed our bikes for hire. We've got these 2 little giants, and we're about to start heading around Rottnest now.
This is called the Basin. It's so pretty. Over there looks amazing.
So we've made it to Armstrong Bay Sanctuary Zone. All the bikes are parked up here. Everyone's cycling all over the island. It looks pretty
It's
cool.
so much fun bike riding, actually.
These songs are so useless. I really need a new pair.
I feel like bike riding around the island's actually really fun. There's a few little hills that you push up and glide down and all sorts of things, and yeah, something different. I feel like we haven't been bike riding in a really long time, so it's good fun. Except for when there are swarms of these tiny little bugs that seem to be everywhere. You have to thank God we have hats on. You have to put your head down and they just swarm at your head. And Seb got a few in his mouth, I think, didn't you?
Yeah.
We've just found our first clocker. So I think this is the dad, and the mum and her baby are in the bush just there. But they are so cute. They're like a little cross between a possum and a wombat, Seb said, which is very true. Hello. Little quacky quack. Oh, look at him. Hello. That was so cute. What? Look at him.
We've just come up to Oliver Hill, had a look in the cruise shelter, which was really cool, and now we're in the, I guess this is the gun.
This is the battery.
The battery. They're absolutely massive. And this is all underground, and this obviously is used to spin. So we're in the main shopping square. We just got Maxi Bonds as a treat, and there are just clockers roaming around. There's no clocker signs on the entry to the store, and they're just jumping around, scavenging for food. They are the cutest little animals ever.
Maybe didn't stop.
We're just on the foreshore of South Beach eating dinner. I made creamy tomato pasta. I've got the sun setting in front of us. It's absolutely gorgeous.
This morning we've woken up at a free camp on the side of the highway. It's supposed to be 30 degrees today, so we've come south of Perth and we're going to go to White Hills Beach, which is quite a well-known beach around here. It's long coastline. You can drive on the beach the entire way. So
We're just driving into White Hills Beach now. This road is just in miserable condition.
right.
Percy is an absolute legend. So I've just created this mess, but we didn't even get bogged or anything. We just somehow, for some reason, sunk right here at the back. Probably because we're so heavy on the back. But just Seb was trying to turn the car around so the awning's on the side. So he came down this way and just went sink. Seb's just having a fish this morning. We are at Preston Beach. We ended up staying in the same rest stop last night as we did the night before. And we've just come down here early this morning. We'll just chill out on the beach today.
And then there's a little free camp literally like 30 meters off the beach that we'll probably stay in tonight.
So Char's just come back from her run, and while she was gone, there's a guy who's been sitting here for half an hour. Oh, he left his engine on for the last however long.
I couldn't believe it when I got back from my run. His engine was just still running, and I was like, what the heck? I've been gone for like half an hour. Like, why is this guy still sitting here with his engine going?
So he put his tyres down, and now I look out the window, and his tyre is literally folding over on itself. The rim is fully on the ground. He's used an automatic deflator and hasn't set it properly, so the tyre is fully flat. You get that his compressor, and that's when I go over to him and ask if he's all right. So offer him our deflator, and he was like, oh, what's that? And didn't even know like a regular tyre gauge, like the regular one that every single person has in their car. Didn't even know it existed. Just a very, very funny bloke.
This is the sunset this evening. We had a bit of a mismatched dinner tonight. We knew we needed to use some noodles that we bought a while ago. So we were like, let's make a chicken noodle stir fry, which normally would be well and good. But yesterday we used all of the eggplant, capsicum, like mushrooms, everything. So we had like 5 tiny little sliced mushrooms left. And then so we just literally put chicken breast, mushrooms, teriyaki sauce and oyster sauce and noodles. This morning we've just had a chill morning. I don't know if you can hear, but it's absolutely bucketing with rain. Seb was just trying to do some stretches to start off the day, but the weather's saying it's raining all day, which sucks. So I think we're just going to head back to Perth because it's meant to be raining tomorrow as well. Oh my goodness. We've literally filmed nothing today because we've just had like an organisation all day. So I was just about to film as well. But this is the setup. This is Felix's tent, who's arriving tonight. We've got an awning up to cover him. It's actually a $15 tent from Kmart, but it looks great. Basically today, this morning started off with saying goodbye to Sharon and Noah. Todd was already at work, unfortunately. Yeah, we said bye to them. We went to the library for a little while, just like sorted out uni stuff for both of us. Then we dropped the car off to get the tires aligned, which we thought was going to be an easy thing, you know, like just drop it off, come back a couple hours later, pick it up. Anyway, I get a call as we did it in the Carousel Westfield, so we could go like shopping and stuff while it was getting done. I get a call 2.5 hours later being like, we couldn't align your tires, there are all these issues with your car.
So we've spoken to the mechanics at my car, and they've given us a quote for $2,000 to replace the lower control arms, the tie rod, and the steering rack end as well, which is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know. We have spoken to Mum, whose best mate from uni still lives in Perth, and her husband's a bit of a whiz with cars. So we're going up now to see them and see what he can recommend. So we've spoken with Marty, and he's got us an appointment at Petters, and we'll do it all for only $1,500. So saving $500 on that, which is awesome. He's also had a quick look at our fuel tank, and he's checked that out. He thinks it's just a valve, like we can't really see. We'll see, I suppose, if it continues to leak or not, but it looks as though that's stopped up. And he's also tightened our serpentine belt for us, so that is like not creaking as it spins anymore, or as we start the car, which is nice.
Just come to the caravan park now. We're about to cook pizza and garlic bread for dinner as a treat, which I think is very well deserved considering the news we just received. But we've worked through it, we've found a solution. An update on the awnings from last night. They were amazing. We won't use them all the time, but if it's raining, it is the best thing ever because it means that none of the canvas gets wet. Everywhere else is protected entirely from the rain, which is so good because the rain just literally shakes off these when you put them down, whereas the canvas actually soaks it up so it becomes soaking wet. Last night we were just near these trees. There's a really feisty kangaroo. I don't know if he's around, but he was like almost trying to fight people. He came very close to us. That's Christian and Felix car that they're driving around, and then here's Percy. This dog is so excited to be at the beach. We've just arrived at Buffleton Jetty. You can kind of just see it there?
This morning we woke up fairly early, live at night. There were some guys who'd stayed up to watch the World Cup in a row, like the Rugby League Grand Final. Felix and Char both woke up and they were like carrying on, making 2-minute noodles at midnight.
These are the people that I filmed their setup this morning and showed how cool their setup was on the video.
But they, like, at one point as well, they laughed. They saw Christian sleeping in the car and were laughing about the bloke sleeping in the red car.
We're just walking along the Bustleton jetty. It costs us $4 per person to get a ticket, literally just to walk on the jetty. But people under 17 are free, so they asked Christian how old he was, and he goes, 23. But that was quite funny. But yes, it's good so far. We're just at the markets. Yeah. Sam just tried some really hot chili, didn't you? Are you?
Yeah.
How hot was it?
Hot. These guys don't think
they did it too. So we've just gotten into Margaret River. We played some touch at the Oval in Bustleton and then just drove down here after lunch. We're just trying to find a campsite to stay at. We're just sussing out where we can go. This morning we're just coming down to the beach at Margaret River.
Oh, it looks good.
It looks amazing. The surf looks really, really good.
Christian's just watching all the pro surfers go at it. So what did you say this was? A pro?
Yes, yeah, like advanced and professional.
This is advanced and professional surfing area, so we're just watching the surfers. And then... Wait. Can you send that to me now? Send that to Felix now.
So we're just driving through Aussie Felix, one of the wineries down at Margaret River.
This is the Aussie Felix vintage wine cellar.
So we've just come back from the surf. We're down at this break here. It's called Moses Rock. It's a reef break. It's so sketchy to get out. Like walking off and there.
We had to paddle in. If you see that rock over there.
That rock just there. Yeah. It's like a metre on that side of the rock. And like...
The biggest set came through as we were doing it and it was just so scary.
It's insane. But it's like a really nice little break. There were dolphins all coming through this morning. So we did a little walk to the waterfall. Bit of a shame that it's not the most swimmable thing in the world.
So it's just jumping in the water. We've just got it. It's chilly, but this beach is pretty gorgeous. There's a massive octopus just there in the water. He's all camouflage right now. We're at these spas, but there are friggin' levers everywhere.
Easy. Like still behind a little bit, but my spirit got through.
Just treated myself to a cocktail.
Is that a plastic bottle? I get it.
life is ended the bud, and it's stuck in a rut. It always seems to change with time.
We've come to an old tunnel near Steph and Marty's house. This is the end we've come from. This is the other end. There's even a person in that tunnel over there. I mean, at the end of the tunnel over there. And they're literally tiny. It's so deceptive. It looks a lot shorter than it actually is. Just walking down a Christmas strip in the city. Come to explore. Got the train in.
Today we have been all over the city.
This is Felix's last day.
We first jumped on the train and went into the city, got our walk around, checked a few stores out, a few op shops.
And the good news is that the car is totally fixed. Everything's done, so that's great. Hopefully no more issues.
I think we're almost ready to go.
So this evening we've just pulled into a little free camp called Smith's Beach in Yallingup. We've just come down south from Perth. I filmed a little clip today at the mechanics. Turns out the fuel tank actually wasn't fixed. We filled it up with diesel and there was just a huge puddle underneath, so we think it's something called the fuel filler neck hose that's cracked, which is basically what filters the fuel in from the Bowser hose down into the tank itself. So that's why it's leaking so much as we're filling up the tank itself. So hopefully we can get a part to replace that with. It isn't an urgent issue because if we're not filling up the tank, then there's not a huge amount of diesel leaking out, which is alright.
This is what we've got so far. So this is our butter chicken. It's got a bit of a twist to it. It's got like broccoli, eggplant, capsicum, mushrooms in it. So lots of veggies. Just lots of butter chicken sauce as well, and a little bit of chicken. And then Seb's rice is boiling just there, and then we have a bit of naan bread we're going to heat up. And other than that, dinner's pretty much done.
How good.
This is our view.
It's a nice view tonight. It's going to
Yeah.
be sick to wake up to.
Very pretty.
It's so cool.
Our day today, it was a
Bit of organisation and yeah, just getting out of Perth to come down south again, but we've made it and hopefully we'll have a good next few days with some surfing and enjoying the Margaret River region.